Good afternoon, good evening or good morning, depending on where you are. Today I'm doing a comparison between a set of Boss pedals and the models of the same pedals that are in the GX100, the Boss GX100 multi-effects thing. I've set 3 gain pedals up on my normal pedal board, a Boss SD1, a Boss BD2 Blues Driver and a DS1 Distortion, and I've set the same pedals up in the Boss GX100. The Boss SD1, the Boss Blues Driver and the Boss DS1, which are supposed to be the models of Boss's actual pedals. We'll find out how close they are. I've put all the settings to 12 o'clock on all the pedals, all the analog pedals and all the digital pedals. I'm using my PRS S2 McCarthy, just the normal PRS paths in it, nothing too spicy. Into the clean channel of my Engl Fireball, which is close mic'd with an SM57 going into my Allen and Heath mixing desk, which is being recorded. I've also got a shotgun mic on the main camera as well. The settings in the drive controls in the pedals on the GX100. The settings in the drive controls in the pedals of the GX100 go to 120. So they're obviously set to 60, which is halfway. Okay, we'll start with the Boss SD1, the actual pedal, not the model in here. That's the clean sound. SD1. SD1 on the GX100, clean sound again. Okay. Okay, the next one, the Blues Driver. That's the clean sound. And lastly, the DS1. One thing that seems apparent after going through the first set of settings is the models that are in the GX100 have a bit more gain in them and they're louder. And I'd go so far to say, especially with the SD1, I don't think it actually mirrors what an SD1 sounds like. It's the one in the GX100 is more aggressive, and there's not as much clarity as you actually get in a real SD1. The Blues Driver, again, the Blues Driver's more spicy, you know. It's got a lot more gain coming out of it to say it's on the exact same settings. You'd think that the same settings on the pedals would mirror exactly what's in here, especially because it's a Boss one. Maybe if it was a different manufacturer, if it was a Line 6 or something like that, you could see there might be a discrepancy between the real thing and the model in the unit, but you'd think the actual Boss ones would be accurate, but they don't seem to be. Anyway, I'll put the gain up to 3/4 on each pedal and we'll try it again and we'll see how it reacts with a higher gain. So I'm putting the drive up to 90 on all the models on the GX100 because the maximum is 120 for some reason on this, which I can't get my head around. Why don't they just keep it the same across the board? Anyway, all the analog pedals on 3/4 and all the GX100 pedals on 3/4. We'll start again with the SD1. That's the clean sound for reference. SD1. The GX100 SD1. The Boss Blues Driver. The GX100 Blues Driver. The Boss DS1. The GX100 the GX100 bloody hell, the GX100 DS1. That appears to be massively louder. Okay, I'm going to dime the gains on all of them. Now, I tried to shoot this video yesterday, so I know what the DS1's going to be like. Make sure they're all on 120. Right, okay. Clean sound for reference. The Boss SD1 with the gain dimed. Okay, the GX100 SD1 with the gain dimed. There's a massive discrepancy there. Okay. Clean sound for reference. The Boss Blues Driver. The GX100 Blues Driver. The Boss DS... I can never get that out. The Boss DS1 Distortion. Now, I'm going to roll volume off on this a little bit and pull it up. The GX100 DS1. Before it's even come in, you can hear it fizzing there. Okay, not going to do that again. I'll put all the settings back to 12 o'clock for the gain. And we'll put the levels up to 3/4 to see the difference in levels. Okay. Make sure, yeah. It always throws me on the DS1 because they put the level where the tone normally is on all the other gain pedals. I think it's weird. Why don't they just keep everything standard across the board? Okay. That's all the pedals with the levels on 3/4 and the gains and tones at 12 o'clock. We'll start with SD1 again. The clean sound for reference. Boss SD1. Okay, the GX100 SD1. Okay. The Boss Blues Driver. GX100 Blues Driver. The Boss DS1 Distortion. The GX100 Distortion. Okay. Right, I'll put the levels up on full across the board and we'll repeat it. What am I doing? Okay, all the levels are maxed out on all the pedals and on the models in the GX100. Clean tone for reference. Boss SD1. GX100 SD1. Boss Blues Driver. GX100 Blues Driver. Boss Distortion DS1. GX100 Distortion. Okay, conclusions. It seems to be, from the sound in the room and sitting next to the amp, that the models in the GX100 aren't that accurate. They don't, obviously there are similarities because the overdrive and distortion pedals, but the gain stages seem to be far greater on the GX100 than what they are on the actual pedals, and there's also less clarity as well, especially in the SD1. Now, I think I said it earlier in the video that you could understand that if it was, say, on a head Roshi or a line 6 or something like that, but on a Boss product that's saying it's modelling other Boss products, you'd think they'd get it right and not to be so far off the mark as they are here, because I don't think they are a true representation at all. Like, for instance, you can dime the distortion DS1 without it feeding back in the manner that it does on the GX100. Also, if you dime the gain on the Boss Blues Driver, it doesn't feed back. Whereas if you dime the model that's in the GX100, it does, it screams. Not quite so much to the level of the DS1, but still it's not accurate. One thing it does make me wonder about is if the models of the pedals in the GX100 aren't that accurate, how accurate are the amps going to be? There are some very good amps in it that are very usable, but I think with things that they've put out that they say are a model, say of the Orange stack or the Brit stack, which is obviously modelled on a Marshall Plexi, I don't think they're that accurate, even without having one in the room. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I hope this video has been of some use to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe on your way out. Cheers.